Hello. Jasen Rice here. Going to go live, Facebook Live, and going to do a little bit. I'll wait for some people to show up, but doing a little bit different approach today. I'm going to go into, what's up, Adam? I'm going to go into internet lead management. Now, just give it a little bit of background because some people might wonder why I'm talking about internet lead management, because usually I talk about, or any lead management, but a lot of times I talk about inventory management. And to give you a little bit of background, I started on the retailing in 97. By 98, I was doing internet sales. So a good handful of years, my career, my income came from selling cars off the internet. I didn't take ups for the longest time. And then I ran internet departments, top 20 wards, internet sales departments, covered a digital dealer in 2005, and spoke at plenty of conferences on internet process management, and then joined Viato and worked there for 10 years. So for almost 10 years on the retail end, in the trenches, selling cars through the internet. And as we help dealerships with inventory management, we're driving more leads, and we help them continuously with inventory management, or lead management. Now, I say lead management, and I'm jokingly, if Matt ever hears this video, he calls them people. So I do, leads are people, and we got to treat them that way. But I want to talk about just some basics. When I go into a store's CRMs, and let's just take Vin Solutions, for example, there's some big gaps, and these are basics that I see. Now, I want you to understand, what's up, David Villa? Internet, I'll go into a Vin Solutions, let's say, for an example, and I can go to an activity report and I can see how many new internet leads somebody has. Now, let's just say somebody gets 10 new internet leads. Every one of those leads should get an email. Then I can see how many replies they received in their inbox. And let's just say they got 10 replies. And every reply should get a reply. That's basic tip number one. Every reply needs a reply. And there's been so many times I would see somebody says, hey, I already bought, and we just move them to lost. And we don't follow up with a reply. And that just blows my mind. So I don't care if the customer says, hey, you guys suck, I'll never buy a car from you the rest of my life. Follow up with, I'm sorry to hear about that experience. I'd like to, find out a little bit more what caused, you to be upset with our stores, and maybe try to give them into our service with service coupons or something. But basically, you got to acknowledge that email and reply with every reply. So if we get 10 regular emails as leads come in, and we're going to have 10 replies come in, I should have at least 20 emails in my outbox going out. So again, in Vin Solutions, you can look at activity breakdown by people in the internet department or whatever sales department. Look at how many new leads, emails they got, and how many replies they got, and then look at their outbox. And again, that's the first place I go to. I could see somebody has 30 stuff coming in and only sending 20 out in a week. We're not even keeping up with what's coming in, much less what I'm going to talk about. The second one is doing above and beyond. Glenn, what's up? You're working with one of our dealers. I appreciate that. Thanks for that. Hey, let's go, Paul. And you're going to be in an NDA. But again, as you get leads coming in, reply to every lead. When you get replies coming in, reply to every reply. So, and again, it doesn't matter what that customer replies. Make sure, thanks, Ryan. Make sure that we reply back and try to acknowledge their concerns. So that's basic follow-up number one, and check your system, because you'll be surprised at how many gaps you see there. All right, let's go up, Adam. And we need to talk. We need to meet up there then too. Meet the team there, Adam, at NADA. The second thing is we build out internet processes with the stores. I'm actually going to do some articles that I wrote in 05. I'm going to post them here, and they're old written up ones with actually my process that I shared back in Dealer Magazine. And but we want to make sure that those processes that you have in your CRM, call in day one, email day two, call in day two, email day three, those processes should just be your skeleton, okay? They don't really build the body of your full process. Those things were built there, like back when I was selling, we didn't have automation stuff. And, there's a lot of times I got busy selling cars, and 2 or 3 car deals in a day, and I went home feeling bad because I didn't have time to do any follow-up for my internet leads, okay? And so the next day, I'm like, okay, I need to follow up with everybody. I start doing my follow-up on my ones I got behind and my new leads, and I get another customer, and I always just felt like I got behind. So, we started building in processes. Back then, I used web control. Matter of fact, I did a white paper study in, I think, 03, 04, what we were doing with web control. We built in that process, and that process allowed me to know here's my calls for the day. And as long as I got that done for the day, I can go home with a clear conscience. But it doesn't mean I totally work the leads all the way. So what I mean by that is do your calls, do your emails that your process is set up, but also you got to be doing additional emails. You need to be doing personal emails, not just templates. Use the templates as fillers to stay engaged with the customer, but do personal ones as rebate changes, as price changes on cars. You got to tell the customers that the price changes. Some systems like Then, I know, well, you could set it up to alert people when price changes, but do those personal emails throughout that process, especially, here's the second tip I want to do, when you're leaving voicemails. And here's one of the areas that I'd go in and I know I got behind and I'd bust out 100, 200, 300 phone calls, whatever, and not 300 a day, but I do 100 phone calls in a day because it was slow. We get our activity going. I'm trying to bust some phone calls out and leave a bunch of messages. But one of the things that I did that worked out great for me was at the end of my voicemail, I would say, please give me a call back or just reply to the email I sent you. Nowadays, you can say, please give me a call back or reply to the email or text that I sent you, right? It says text messages is really strong and way to engage people. So I would plant that seed because imagine it, these people are no different than you and me, right? I get home I might submit a lead on a car. I'm just shopping right now. I get home from work and the kids are coming up to me and my wife's cooking dinner and all of a sudden I hear this voicemail of this salesman trying to get me on the phone and I ain't got time to mess with him, but he planted a seed that says, hey, or email me, give me a call back or just reply to my email. And I'll mentally go, you know what, I ain't got time to call him, but I'll just email him later today. Because I either want to get him off my back and say, hey, I'm not doing anything for a while, or hey, I already bought, so that trigger, then that also forces you to follow up with a reply email, right? And also, hey, leave the voicemail, say, give me a call back, or just reply to the email I sent you. Send an email, say, hey, I just left you a voicemail. I wanted to get a hold of you to let you know that the rebates changed from $3,000 to $4,000, or we dropped the price from $12,000 to $11,500. I wanted to see if you're still interested in the market. Again, just give me a reply back. Let me know what your thoughts are. Another thing that I always ended my emails with was, I look forward to hearing from you soon. So the combination of leaving a voicemail saying, hey, give me a call back, or just reply to the email I sent you, or text, and then send it out another email or text and saying, hey, I just left you a voicemail, wanted to get you a hold of this. I look forward to hearing from you soon. And then when I did a bunch of phone calls, guess what happened the next day? Now, not everybody replied, but all of a sudden I'm getting a bunch of emails from people that haven't had a chance to get a hold of. And they're saying, hey, I already bought, or I'm not doing anything for another month, but at least I knew where they were at. Okay, so again, this is some basic internet follow-up, but this is stuff that doesn't get applied. Reply to every reply, okay? Send out additional emails as you're leaving voicemails. That gives you that opportunity to, even though the automated email went on day 3 and the automated email goes out on day 4, and you're calling on day, in between. If email went out day 2 and another email day 4, you're calling on day 3. Well, leave a personal one on day 3 and let the templates do their follow-up just to touch base with the customers. So I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. Like I said, I'm excited. We've been helping dealerships for a long time with Lotpop. I've been talking a lot about inventory, but in the background, our inventory people that we do help with inventory management, we know we're driving leads, and we've been helping them with internet processes. But I haven't been talking a lot about it, but we've been peeling back some layers, and I'm going to go over that. And again, I'm going to be taking some articles that I wrote in 04, 05, 06 that we're still talking about today that, again, gets me excited about some of this stuff. But recap, reply to all replies, okay? Get every lead, reply to all replies, even if it's a bad reply, customer saying, I'll never buy a car from you again. Acknowledge that email, let them know they got it. And then leave a voicemail and say, give me a call back, or reply to the email I sent you. Send that follow-up email to say, hey, I just left you a voicemail. And again, that will help trigger some replies. And as we talked about just the other day with this February wall, a lot of people are slow right now, and we're hitting this wall where there's a lot of shoppers, but they haven't got their tax return yet, and things, people are shopping for good model year and clearance stuff. Truck months are happening in some markets. People are going to be shopping right now, but those December, January, February, those shoppers, especially people, lease specials happen, so a lot of leases are coming toward the end, and people are going to be shopping right now, waiting for their tax return. You got to have your long-term follow-up process and kicking in play. You better be following up with those December leads, January leads, because they're coming in March and April to buy, okay? So again, I hope this was helpful. I'm going to do some more of these internet ones in between my inventory management ones. Check us out at YouTube at Lotpop. Check us out at lotpartyshow.com. There's probably 70 videos on there from one. Dave Villa and Auto Dealer Live used to do the Lot Party Show on there. There's some good 15, 20, 30-minute videos of interviewing dealers and vendors that are helping guys. So some good stuff out there. Hey, John Anderson, how you doing, buddy? Give me a call, 314-568-2754. Email me at jrice@lotpop.com. Our website, lotpop.com, you can do a free inventory evaluation. Again, no sales pitch there. Just give you any tips that we can do to help you sell more cars. And again, I will post another one of these here shortly. Thanks.